Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, 2 Kings chapter 1. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, or if you have any questions, please email me at godsohman@gmail.com. So what we're talking about is 2 Kings, the kings of Israel and Judah. Basically what happened was Abraham was given a promise. He would have a certain amount of area to take over. Moses freed the people out of Egypt. Then there was judges in the land. King David showed up about 1000 BC, had a son named Solomon. And Solomon's two sons split the country in two, to the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And then, of course, at the end of Kings, you have Daniel. But we're going to be talking specifically about 2 Kings. The first Kings ended, and the man passed away, and he had a son. And it said, for he served Baal and worshipped him, and provoked the anger of the Lord God of Israel, according to all that his father had done. So his father served Baal, and the son's also going to serve Baal. God didn't like that too much, so let's see what happens to him. So 2 Kings 1 says, then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab, and Ahijah fell down throughout a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria, and he was sick. So Ahijah fell through this part of the floor, got injured, and so he was bedridden. If you look here on the map, you can see Judah right there on the bottom of the map, and then Israel on top. And the king of Moab is over here, which is what we're talking about. Now in Genesis 12 it says, and the Lord said unto Abraham, get thee out of thy country, and out of thy kindred, and out from thy father's house, to a land that I will show thee. And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make my name great, and thou shalt be blessed. Genesis 12:3 says, I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse him that curse thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. God told his people, if you follow me, do my commandments, I'm going to take care of you. If people take care of you, I'm going to bless them. If people attack you, I'm going to curse them. And the whole entire world is going to be blessed because of the Jews. And if you look at this chart here, this is Jewish contributions. They're 0.25% of the world's population, but yet they've won 22% of all Nobel Prizes. They won 47% of all the world's chess championships. They won 51% of all Oscars for best score and best song. 30% of the thinkers of the 20th century. 40% are psychologists, and they're all over the place in business, finance, education, medicine, government, Hollywood, cosmetics, literature, law, physiology, charity, and etc. In fact, there's a lot of Jews that are in mathematics, science, chemistry, physics, optics, and medicine, economics, biotechnology, theoretical computer sciences, computer hardware, computer and mobile software, defense, agriculture and breeding, consumer goods and appliances, games, food and drink. They've invented the laser. They made peacemakers and defibrillators, stainless steel. They've invented Google. Genesis 12:4 says, and Abraham departed, and the Lord spoke unto him, and Lot went with them. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. So Abraham was given a promise. First there was the flood, and then Abraham showed up. And God gave him a promise that he's going to bless this whole entire land of Israel. And if you look at this map right here, you can see in the red is what God promised to Abraham and all the rest of the Jews. So in this chapter, we're going to talk about Ahijah, Ahab, Jehoram, which is kind of near the end. And you can see on here in the maps, the northern kingdom, Judah, and the southern kingdom, Israel, or vice versa, the Judah and Israel. Judah had about half and half, good and bad, and Israel was all bad. Every one of them was bad. Proverbs 29 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. It's saying that if you've got a good leader, the people are going to benefit from that. But if you've got a bad leader, it's going to tear the nation apart. Back to 1 Kings. It says, verse 1, Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab, and Ahijah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria, and he was sick. And he sent messengers and said unto them, Go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. So the king said, Go to this other nation, because they've got a god over there called Beelzebub, which is basically, you might as well say Baal, and ask him if I'm going to recover. Now Beelzebub is basically Baal or the devil. It says here on Wikipedia, Beelzebub or Beelzebul is a name referred to a Philistine god, formerly worshipped in Ekron, and later adopted by some Abrahamic religion as a major demon. The name Beelzebub is associated with the Canaanite god Baal, and in theological sources, predominantly Christian, Beelzebub is another name for Satan. But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, Arise and go meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say unto them, Is it not because there's not a God in Israel that you go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? This is really important. Israel was founded on following God, and because people fall away, they marry other people, their nation, they start following their gods. Well, this guy's no exception. His father married a woman, she followed Baal, the son was raised up in that, so he's following Baal. And Elijah, God's basically telling Elijah, ask them, are you not? Is there not a God where you live at? You have to go over to this other place and talk to this other God? No, see, I'm the God of this nation, so you should inquire of me. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou hast gone up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. So God told Elijah, tell the king, you're not going to recover from this disease because you didn't worship me, you worship Baal. When the messengers turned back unto them, he said unto them, Why are you now turned back? And they said unto him, There came a man to meet us, and he said to us, Go and turn against the king that sent you, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Is it not because there is not a God of Israel, thou shalt send to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore thou shalt not come down from thy bed in which thou hast gone up, but shalt surely die. So the messengers went back to the king and told him what Elijah said. And he said unto them, What manner of man was he that came to meet you, and told you these words? And they answered him and said, He was a hairy man, and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, Is it Elijah the Tishbite? Then the king sent to him a captain of 50 with his 50, and he went up to him, and behold, he sat at the top of a hill, and he spoke to him, Thou many of God, the God shall say, Come down. So the king sent a man with his 50 guards to go talk to Elijah, and he said, The king wants to see you. You can see here in the picture, they came to talk to Elijah, and they said, The king wants to see you right now. And Elijah answered and said unto the captain of 50, If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. So this guy and his 50 men got consumed by fire, as you can see here in this picture. And again also he said unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of God, thus hast said, Come down quickly. So the king sent another man with his 50. And this time he says, You need to come down here quick. So another group of guys came to go talk to Elijah. And Elijah answered and said unto them, If I be a man of God, let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And the fire of God came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. And he said again another captain of the third 50, which is 50. And the third captain of the 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and besought him, and said unto him, O man of God, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 servants be precious in thy sight. Behold, there came fire down from heaven and burned up the two captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore let my life now be precious in thy sight. So the guy's pretty much saying, look, the king sent me here. I'm doing my job. But I recognize you as a man of God, and I beg you, don't kill me and my guards. You know, spare us, please. Let our life be precious to you. They see all these dead bodies, and they don't want the same thing to happen to them. In Hebrew 3 it says, Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of God, whose faith follow concerning the end of their conversation. Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch your souls, as they must give account. And he may do with joy, and not with grief, that's unprofitable to you. He's saying that if there's somebody that has authority, and it's true authority, you need to follow them. Don't follow people that have fake authority. 1 Thessalonians 5 says, "And we beseech you, brethren, to know them that labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves." So if they're truly following God, you're supposed to follow them, and not follow people that just say that they are. This basically says, show some respect to the man of God. 1 Kings 1:15. "And the angel of the Lord said unto Elijah, Go down with him, be not afraid of him. And he arose and went down with him to the king. And he said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, For as much as thou sent messengers to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, it is not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of the word. Therefore thou shalt not come down of thy bed which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die." He's basically saying, since you asked nicely, guard, I'm going to come with you. And we saw the king, he said, because you decided to go seek out Beelzebub, a different country, a different god, and didn't inquire of God, inquire of me, the prophet, God's not going to heal you. He told the king, you're not going to be healed of this because you chose to go seek other gods. And so he died according to the word of the Lord which Elijah has spoken. And Jehoram reigned in his stead in the 2nd year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no son. Now the rest of the acts of Elijah, which he did, are not written in the book of the Chronicles of Kings of Israel. So Jehoram took over as king because the guy didn't have any kids to take over. So Jehoram had to take over. And it's basically saying, you can read more about this in 1st and 2nd Chronicles. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any questions, you can send me an email or just comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe, click the notification bell, all that stuff YouTube wants you to do. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Share it with a friend if you think they might get something out of it. On the bottom right of the screen, I'm going to put the 2nd Kings Bible study. Top left of the screen, I'm going to put the 1st Kings Bible study. And then at bottom left is going to be a video that YouTube thinks you're going to like. I appreciate you guys watching. Have yourself a great day.